2020 has been the craziest year thus far when it comes to racial injustice and a divided political stage. It is very important for you to understand that it is okay to represent your core values, but at the same time, you have to know exactly how to go about it without compromising your relationships. This is your Strategic Partner Podcast. Welcome to your Strategic Partner Podcast, where we give entrepreneurs the secrets, strategies, and processes to increase brand equity and max out revenue. Episode 12. Look at us. We're growing together. And welcome back, everybody. We all have seen that one individual, if not the many, who are posting about political statements or, in some cases, conspiracy theories, whether it's the left wing, right wing, or dead center, in the middle. Everybody has an opinion. And in many cases, those individuals happen to be in our teams. And what if the individuals who are in our teams are not posting factual, real, honest, truthful, whatever, however you look at it, depending on your view of this political season? It's probably going to be annoying the heck out of you, and you start to formulate a mindset about that person that is in your business, and sometimes you don't even know how to operate. I can tell you personally, I've had my moments, as I also have my political views, not that I'm public about them. However, what I've noticed is I see things that would irk me, and I would say to myself, how could somebody think something like that? And how do I see this person the same exact way that I seen them on day one? Because they clearly have the complete opposite point of view, and in some cases, embarrassing way to look at life the way they do, or irresponsible to look at life the way they do. And I can guarantee you, in some cases, they will say the same about me if they heard or looked at my political views. Now, why am I having this conversation now? It's because I see a lot of division. And one of the things when it comes to leadership is speaking on uncomfortable things that will make us all become better human beings. So no, I am not here to talk to you about Donald Trump or Joe Biden. I am not here to talk to you about the political narratives that the pundits are throwing at our faces all the time. Even if I personally don't have cable, I see it everywhere on social media. But I am here to tell you that as people, we tend to allow our emotions to take over us, and it blinds the empathy that we have from within. What we need to understand is the individual that is across the aisle or across the table from our business that is claiming that Black Lives Matter, all lives matter statements, or claiming that we need to build a wall versus we need to be welcoming, or whatever those things that you hear all the time that are extremely uncomfortable for even I to talk about them on this podcast. That individual is looking at life from their own point of view and from where they are sitting and standing, from where they grew up and lived, their own environment. And at times, that individual just does not understand where you are, just as much as you are not understanding where their individual is. Have you ever caught yourself saying, seriously, dude, is that what you really think? You think the earth is flat? For real? Now, we may be thinking it's funny that we're claiming that that person is crazy because he or she thinks that the earth is flat, but that person grew up in a home that said the earth is flat. Let me even take it a little bit deeper for you. You are believing in the faith that you are believing in because you grew up in the family that you grew up in the environment that you grew up in. You could have been born in Saudi Arabia with a family there, and I promise you would have grew up Muslim. You could have grown up in India or in somewhere in South Asia, and you would have grew up to be a Buddhist or Gujarat. You could have grown up anywhere in the world, and your faith would have been totally different because we grow up with the environment that we are in, because I am my environment. Again, a lot of people ask me, are you always this positive? Yes, because I create a positive environment around me. So how do you manage those emotions, and how do you deal with people who might not have the same political views as you and maintain a civil, genuinely caring conversation without making it all awkward? Now, some people start to say, well, I'm just not going to talk politics. And that's one amazing way of going about it. Others say it is a critical season. I have views. I see racial injustice. I got to talk about it. Or I see our country going down the tubes and I got to talk about it. Again, I understand your point of view. Now, what you got to understand, you yourself have to just be responsible for what comes out of your mouth. Don't worry about the other person. You yourself make sure that whatever you're sharing and spreading and talking about, it may be offending other people. Now, you may say, well, I don't care if it offends them. Unfriend me. Well, that will cost you business. Or, I don't care what you say. This is what I know and what I have to share. It might not be factual, my friends. Left or right, every news media outlet is pushing their own narrative for their own demographic. Again, I'm not here to pick on anyone. But if you're watching CNN, they are pondering to a predominantly independent or Democratic base. If you're watching Fox News, they are pandering to a predominantly a Republican base. So they have to keep feeding the base those extremely far right or far left pieces to keep their ratings up. Because those are simply business models. More ratings, more ads, more money, more expansion. That's just the way it is. So are you allowing yourself to just fall into that trap of, I'm just going to repeat what everybody says? They call that conformity. Conformity is the highest form of ignorance. Conformity is not having your own independent voice, is repeating what everybody else is saying just because everybody else is saying it, is wearing what everybody else is wearing because everybody's wearing it. You need to have your own independent voice. Keep your values, but your own independent voice. Now, that's one part of it. Be responsible with that voice. Fact check. Would you agree everybody's telling the truth, but no one is lying? No. Would you agree that everybody's a liar and no one is telling the truth? No. It's a deeper issue because we in the United States specifically are living in what is considered a tribal country where people are connecting more with people who look like them, speak like them. That's just the way it is. The United States is a complicated country. I'm not saying that as a negative way. I love this country. I've been an immigrant here for the last 17 going on 18 years, and I love every single thing. I think most people take this country for granted, to be honest with you. My brother and most of my family, all of us are military. But what I am telling you in here is that we lost our touch of humanity. We used to sit down and argue in a positive manner. We used to argue about sports, and we used to argue, when I say argue, not fight, but have a decent, smart, intellectual conversation. Now, we are more divided than ever. So you need to unplug and watch your statements. You need to be very careful that with, it's a catch-22. With unity, there's always division, and with division, there's always unity. That's just the way it is. If you say Black Lives Matter and I stand with you, my brothers and sisters, you just offended everybody else and everybody else just doesn't want anything to do with you. If you say all lives matter, because I believe every single life does matter, including Black lives, everybody in the Black life community is going to say, how dare you? We are hurting more than anybody else, which is true, by the way. That's just my side statement. But the moral of the story is not, I'm going to go and start screaming and yelling in everybody's social media, and if you're not doing it, I'm going to unfriend you. It's to seek to understand first. I love every Republican friend that I have. And I love every Democratic friend that I have. My brother-in-law is a hardcore Donald Trump follower. And I'm the independent guy. I wanted McCain against Obama. I wanted Obama against Romney. I, wasn't sure about Hillary, but I was very terrified of Donald Trump. I thought that everything's going to go bad, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So there were those mixed emotions. So I'm always stuck in the middle because I don't fall for the trap of following the right or the left. I want to seek for myself and make the decision that I think will be right, not just for me, but for our community and our country. And I talk to everybody. And I'll be even honest with you. I've been in some rooms where I heard some things that I was disgusted. I couldn't believe my ears. Left or right wing. Things that will make you wonder, where is the humanity in this? We're horrible people. And you wonder why people don't vote. You wonder why in the last election, less than 60% of the country did not vote. Did not vote. So people are losing faith because we are falling in the trap of social media. Now, I'm getting to a point of this, and I'm going to tell you how you can coexist with other individuals and how you can even coach them to not create more harm because of this political craziness. You need to watch what you're saying and how you're saying it. I am not telling you to not have your own voice, but I am telling you, if it offends somebody, no matter how right you are, shame on you. If it hurts somebody's feelings, if it insults somebody, no matter how right you are, shame on you. See, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And if you're terrified of saying it in public, it most likely is wrong. If you have to hide behind closed doors to be comfortable to say it, it's probably wrong. So what do? Have open conversations. Seek to understand. Why am I hurting so much? Why am I so angry? Why am I going through the pain? Why am I terrified while I'm behind the steering wheel and there's a police car behind me? Where does that emotion come? Why do I have this bitter feeling about banks and about white collar and about inner cities, political offices? Do you seek to understand, or do you just say, I don't care to know, but all I know is all lives matter? Do you seek to know, or do you just allow the pundits and the highlights and the flashy news all day, every day to just slap you right in your face? Think for yourself, seek to understand, and a last piece, oh my goodness, this is a good one. Communicate. See, I have people that I'm in business with that are diehard Donald Trump fans. Love him no matter what I say, no matter what you say, no matter what anybody says. Donald Trump is the man. And there are others that no matter how much good Donald Trump has done, oh my goodness, it's like the devil. They see 666 when they hear his name. And again, I respect both people because they're looking at it from their own perspective and their own point of view and what's helping and or hurting them. There are many people who are terrified with the health insurance. There are others who are terrified about the markets and stock exchange. There are others who are terrified about business. There are others who are terrified about COVID. And I can go on and on and on and on. You are going to be vocal and opinionated based on how it impacts you. But let me talk to you from a faith perspective. Do unto others as you wish done unto yourself. Take care of your neighbor. Turn the other cheek. Now, whether you are Muslim, Jewish, or Christian, the sacred book, or the three major sacred books, they all preach the same exact thing, 100%. I read them all. I studied them all. So why not lead with those morals? Why do I have to find out that you're Christian from your Facebook post, or you're Jewish from your Facebook post, or you're Muslim from your Facebook post? Why not show it in your core values, your day-to-day activity, by caring, loving? See, that to me is more honorable than flashing a sign and claiming the heck to everybody and I matter more. It's extremely important that you absolutely communicate love. Because I know this is probably the most hippie thing that I'm going to say in the history of these podcasts. The only way to battle hate, negativity, division is love. So, no, is it going to solve everything or everyone? Absolutely not. You're still going to get a bunch of jerks out there. Again, left wing or right wing, they exist everywhere. But it will actually heal some conversations. There was a situation with a gentleman that really took the conversation far, far fetched. We're sitting down. We had some guys that are arguing that Biden is better, and others, on a Sunday afternoon, who are arguing that Trump is better. And the conversation leaned from one side to the other. And all of a sudden, we're talking about sports and Black Lives Matter, and specifically LeBron James. And one of the gentlemen that we're sitting is like, LeBron James is the worst that's ever been in the history of basketball. And all of a sudden, the conversation went from Trump Biden to Jordan LeBron. And that individual said Jordan was a respectful black man that played basketball and kept his mouth shut. He minded his business. LeBron James is an effing N word. That's what was said. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that just came out of your mouth. You are comfortable to say what you just said, not only in front of me. I was born and raised in Africa. Not only in out and about just like this, but that's what happens when you have hate. You feel comfortable and immune to it. Now, you may be wondering, did I get mad? Did I argue? No. All I said to him, I don't question your motive, but I do question your judgment. Is that person racist? Absolutely not. I've known them for years. But their judgment, that was hate, that was anger, that was agony, and they just try to express it out by any means necessary. And if it means to go that far to express that frustration as a people, we've messed up. He apologized. He said, I can't believe I even said what I said, man. I'm sorry. I got carried away. It's okay. It's deep rooted. It's not a conversation. It's a history of a country. Communicate is an essential piece of us to coexist as people. I worry about what I see in social media. I worry about us all. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if this country sees civil war in the near future if we keep going like this. Social media is just showing you more of what you're clicking on, by the way. So when you click on a video of Donald Trump, you're going to see more videos of Donald Trump being the man. If you click on videos that are against Donald Trump, you're going to see more videos that are doing that. They keep feeding you what you click on, what you watch, and how long you watch it. That's called algorithms. And the more they're doing that to you, the more you're starting to formulate this emotion. Because all you see is your own reality. Donald Trump is bad. Donald Trump is bad. Donald Trump is bad. And on the other side, all you see is your reality. Donald Trump is good. Donald Trump is good. And when you come in front of somebody, you start saying, are you kidding me? Haven't you seen all the things that the guy has done? Because Facebook has only showed you all the good things that the guy has done. And on the other side, are you kidding me? Have you seen all the terrible things that he's done? Because Facebook is only showing you all the terrible things that he has done. And all in between, they're putting ads, algorithms. Now, what should you do with your team? I'll tell you what I do, because I'm not the one to tell you what to do with your life. Personally, I lead with love first. Hey, man, I love you anyways. I don't question your motive. I question your judgment. But, to each his own. You'll heal eventually. Come here. Let me give you a hug. I genuinely love on people. And I'll let people know, hey, man, listen, I respect your views and I get it, man. I know Trump is your guy and it's not my place to tell you what to do with your life. But every time you're posting something negative about when you say snowflakes or those stupid Democrats or however you use it, and vice versa, deplorables or however insult that you want to use, you're literally putting yourself and your business at risk because you're making yourself look like a hateful, horrible, negative person. If you work with me and if you've been in an income producing activity workshop where I share my screen and we prospect together for 2 hours, every time I see anything hateful, I immediately unfriend you. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrats. I don't care if you support Black Lives Matter or not. If it is negative, derogatory, hateful, targeting in a bad manner to someone from the other side, I'm unfriending you because you're comfortable with hurting people for the sake of your own beliefs. And that's not within my core values. I believe in God. I'm not just saying it. I'm going to show it. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. So have conversations with your team and let them know, hey, I understand you're doing what's right for you and for your family. You believe that that is the right outcome for you and your family. God bless you. I just want you to know that I love you no matter what, that I respect you no matter what. Love on people and watch the magic happen. Now, many of you are going to probably send me, I get emails and messages all week long from these podcasts. I have a feeling I'm going to get some of like cuckoo crazy Ali, what is wrong with you this week? But I think it's important to remind ourselves that we are people first, that we create our own economy, that we create our own government in our own homes, that we are our communities. And if it starts from looking within and looking at a mirror and accepting the responsibilities that no one is to make me my money, I'm not waiting for no president to give me a break on taxes. I'm not waiting for no president to hand me food. I'm not waiting for no president to create any opportunities. I do it for me, myself, and I. I create my own opportunities. I've been in this country, thank God, for 17 going on 18 years, and I've seen President Bush when I came, and then it was President Obama, and now it's President Trump. And guess what? I got news flash for you. I created my own life. I created my own opportunity. I chose how much taxes I wanted to pay as an entrepreneur. You have the same exact opportunity to do the same. So don't rob yourself, and make sure that you're doing the right thing for yourself. I hope that this message sits home with you and allows you to understand that you too can create the best version that it can be for yourself, to communicate, to connect, and have empathy, because that is the only way to win as a people, not as Republicans and Democrats and independents or whatever other term that you want to be titled. I appreciate you. And until next time, this has been your Strategic Partner Podcast. Peace out, everybody.